Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 775-751-0349.
Tonight on News 46, the town is looking for a new manager.
The governor votes a bill that saves money for VEA members.
And a job and volunteer fair will be held tomorrow. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Thursday, June 13th, 2013. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46.
Looking for a job? The town manager position will be opening up soon. Bill Kobarger, who has been with the town of Pahrump for 5 years, has now taken a position in North Las Vegas beginning in July. The interim manager will most likely be Town Financial Director Michael Sullivan or Fire Chief Scott Lewis.
I put in my resignation, and I advised the town board on Tuesday that I submitted my 30-day notice and that I accepted a position elsewhere, and July 12th will be my last day here.
Where are you going?
I'm going to North Las Vegas. Okay. And it's not a role of city manager. It's in a other role, and one that I'm going to really enjoy.
What is that?
It's a deputy director of human resources. It's time. It's a great offer, and I couldn't turn her down. And that's it. I love Pahrump. Pahrump is a great community. Pahrump has still tremendous potential. And I really, really would like to see the good people of Pahrump get involved in everything that's going on here. All the people who work 8 to 10 hours a day, who have jobs, who are educated, who have knowledge and know-how, I really like to see y'all get involved. It is time. Right now, the people who are involved are not the ones that we really need or want to get involved. We need the teachers, we need the working class, we need the ones who are already involved in coaching, AYSO, Little League, Pop Warner football. We need all those people to attend town board meetings and county commission meetings to continue with a positive direction here in Pahrump. And I'm really hoping that they do get involved. I went to Rotary last night, and when I walked out of Rotary, I knew half of the people at Mountain Falls, and everybody was coming up and shaking my hand and saying, congratulations. You know, we really don't want you to go, but we understand. You did a great job. You know, all the nice things. And haven't heard one negative, which is a positive thing. I like that. But I'm sure that'll come because that's just the part of this job. You are in the spotlight, and it's the job of the manager to take the hits and to deflect them from the elected officials. And I think I did a pretty good job of that.
For the job position, for who's going to be a candidate, what's going on with that?
Right now, we're trying to find an interim, whether it be a retired city manager in and around Clark County, or in and around Nye County, or Southern Nevada or Southern California to come over here and work, or whether it would be one of the two department heads that I feel that could definitely do the job.
So then after that, they're going to be looking to hire somebody permanently for this position. You yourself have law enforcement background. What do you think they're going to be looking for?
They're going to be looking for a manager. They're going to be looking for someone who has a master's degree, hopefully in public administration, and maybe 5 to 7 years of experience as a manager in maybe a smaller community that wants to move up.
Is there something else that you would like to say to the people out there here in the town? Some wishes that you might have, any advice that you could give?
Yes, I do. Really, get involved in your community. Get involved in your community. Get involved in your community.
Well, Susan Fisher from Valley Electric Association explains in detail yesterday's veto of Assembly Bill 391 and what that means to the members of the electric co-op.
Recently, Governor Brian Sandoval vetoed Assembly Bill 391, which has Valley Electric pleased.
This bill would have put us under full regulation of the Public Utility Commission. The governor, in his veto statement, very appropriately noted that putting Valley Electric under regulation of the Public Utility Commission would be duplicative and redundant because we're already regulated by our own board of directors who are elected by our members that we serve.
The Public Utilities Commission already has limited regulation over Valley Electric Association.
They have defined the service areas that we can serve, that NV Energy serves, that the other co-ops throughout the state serve.
The bill did not mention Valley Electric Association and their acquisition of the Creech Air Force Base contract, but in the hearings, those facilities were mentioned.
The U.S. Air Force, the U.S. Department of Defense had put out to bid the electric delivery services, all the distribution services for Creech Air Force Base. And Valley Electric took the opportunity to legally bid on this, and we legally got the contract. And by the way, we were the only Nevada company to bid this contract, so we're keeping this business in Nevada.
Even though Nevada Energy has no involvement in the bill or Air Force Base contract, they still play a role at the base.
We're not providing the actual energy component. They get that from NV Energy, as they have for a long time. We purchased through this contract all of the electricity delivery services, the poles and wires, the metering services and dispatch, and then we now own and operate that for the Department of Defense, and it saves the DoD money, it saves the Air Force money.
There are some benefits for Valley Electric Association customers in the veto of the bill.
If we're fully regulated, we would have to add additional staff. It takes a lot of time and energy and resources to put together rate plans. They would have to design our rates for us rather than having our directors set the rates based on what they feel that we need to do. The Public Utility Commission staff testified on this bill that they have no idea how they would do this with a member-owned utility where the board of directors sets the rates. They didn't know how they would go about setting the rates for us since we already do that.
Nevada Energy is regulated by the Public Utilities Commission because it is investor-owned as opposed to member-owned.
We look out for our own members because we are member-owned, and so we didn't need that additional oversight.
Valley Electric Association calculated that the passage of the bill would have increased electric rates up to 7%. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And as we head into our break, let's check in with Mr. Movie Phone.
I'm Mr. Movie Phone. Clark Kent is back on the big screen, and some huge stars are laughing all the way to the end of the world. You do not want to miss my weekend movie preview next.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Happy weekend, everybody. I'm Mr. Movie Phone with your weekend movie preview. Man, does it look to be a super weekend at the movies? Some of your favorite stars will have you laughing in the face of disaster, and you may not recognize his name, but you will. Henry Cavill is the Man of Steel.
My son was in the bus. He saw what Clark did.
Clark Kent has spent his entire life trying to understand and hide his powers. But when one of his own invades Earth, he must embrace the superhero inside to save the planet. Also starring Amy Adams, Russell Crowe, Kevin Costner, Diane Lane, and Michael Shannon. The Real Deal starts out strong but gets messy in the second half. With that said, it's a huge spectacle, has heart, a great cast, and even a popcorn bucket full of kryptonite won't keep moviegoers away. I'm in! This is how celebrities do the apocalypse. This is the end.
Have you seen Michael Cera tonight?
What's up, Brianna? Can't believe people still invite him places.
Don't touch my bum.
It's a weird face.
So hot.
The cast all play themselves as they attend a party thrown by James Franco. When the party is interrupted by catastrophic events, the friends must find a way to survive what they believe to be the end of the world. Also starring Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, Danny McBride, Jay Baruchel, Craig Robinson, and Emma Watson. The Real Deal, probably the funniest, most ridiculous movie you'll see this summer. If the world has to end, I want to party with these guys. I'm in. Also in limited release, based on the true story, a group of teenagers who steal from stars like Paris Hilton and Orlando Bloom are known as the Bling Ring. All right, remember, free showtimes, your tickets, my 6-second review, so much more. Go to MoviePhone.com or tweet me right at 6-Second Reviews. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you at the movies. That's a wrap.
Welcome back. The Supreme Court unanimously ruled today that human genes cannot be patented, but in something of a compromise, all 9 justices said while the naturally occurring isolated biological material itself is not patentable, a synthetic version of the gene material may be patented. Legal and medical experts believe that the decision will have a lasting impact on genetic testing, likely making varieties more widely available and more affordable. The overriding legal question addressed was whether product of nature can be treated the same as human-made inventions, allowing them to be held as the exclusive intellectual property of individuals and companies.
And the world's oldest person has died in Japan at age 116. Just days after the passing of a Chinese woman with a rival claim to the title. Jiroemon Kimura, a former postman, died of natural causes in a hospital in his hometown of Kyotengo, western Japan. In December, Kimura had been recognized by Guinness World Records as the world's oldest living person and as the oldest man whose age had ever been verified.
Well, job seekers, get ready. Tomorrow morning is a job fair at Nye Community Coalition.
This Friday, June 14th, we have our monthly job and volunteer fair. Again, it's a great opportunity for both people looking for work and looking for a volunteer opportunity. We have about 20 employers and organizations that are looking for those key people for their organizations, and it's a great chance to come out. The job and volunteer fair, again, this Friday, is from 9 to noon on the Nye Communities Coalition campus, which is at 1020 East Wilson, in the large multi-purpose building. And if you're not familiar with our location, we're kind of behind Walmart, but it's the former Mance Elementary School. We actually are offering the job fair once a month on the second Friday, but every week we offer all kinds of classes that can help a job seeker get ready, be more ready for work. So we have an orientation class that actually talks about the services that we have available, a work readiness class, resume writing. We can help people sharpen their computer skills, all kinds of things that we run every single week.
Do you know some of the employers there that are going to show up?
You know, we do, but there's more coming all the time. I would just encourage people, whether you're looking to be in food service or customer service, we have just a number of different things coming. Even if you don't find that perfect employer for you, it's always a wonderful opportunity to almost treat the day like a job interview. Come dressed for an interview, because you never know who you're going to run into. That perfect job prospect might be there, and that decision maker could be across the table from you. So you never get a second chance to make that first impression.
So once again, where is it going to be held and the date and time?
Sure. So we have a job and volunteer fair this Friday, June 14th, from 9 a.m. until noon on the Nye Communities Coalition campus in our large multi-purpose building. And we're located at 1020 East Wilson in Pahrump, and it's kind of behind Walmart in the former Mance Elementary School.
And is there a phone number for someone to call if they want more information?
Absolutely. They can call the Coalition office at 727-9970.
Well, some major pieces of legislation have been signed into law. Deanna O'Donnell has your news across Nevada.
A bill mandating universal background checks on all gun sales in Nevada was vetoed this morning by Governor Brian Sandoval. Sections in SB 221, aside from the background checks, included faster reporting of court findings of mental illness and requiring a doctor to report. Senator Justin Jones of Las Vegas, the bill's primary sponsor, released a statement saying that he is deeply disappointed that Governor Sandoval has joined with legislative Republicans in obstructing common sense legislation to keep dangerous weapons out of the hands of criminals and those with severe mental mental illnesses. He added that as a father and as a legislator, he will continue to fight to pass universal background checks in Nevada because nothing is more important than keeping our children and our families safe. Governor Sandoval also signed a bill into law today that establishes a state-regulated system of dispensaries to provide medical marijuana to licensed patients. SB 3